really did. I'm a part of Roundtable India. Roundtable India is a organization pan-India where we build schools in rural areas. So on an average, we build 1.8 classrooms per day. And Enark took a pledge that whatever schools Roundtable India will build pan-India, okay, not in Pune or Mumbai or Maharashtra, pan-India, whatever schools Roundtable will build, Enark will do free teacher training for those schools, irrespective whichever area across India.
Hello all. So today with us we have young dynamic entrepreneur Mr. Lucky Surana. He's founder director of Mind Ventures International and director of Specific Alloys. He holds many awards and is national core committee member, which is an association for primary education and research. Through his contribution, Lucky Surana has impacted more than 10,000 people of different generation in various positive ways. He has supported various local villages by sponsoring education for their children, donating infrastructure and supporting them financially. He's an active influencer, assisting many upcoming entrepreneurs in setting up their school ventures. He recently started a venture called as Enark Education, which is development for teachers and parents. Let us talk to him to know more.
Thank you, Harshad, for inviting me for this wonderful talk show. In fact, this is absolutely inspiring. This is the way, probably the only way where we can spread positivity. And I love the thought that the positive needs to be spoken in the world outside.
Absolutely. So, Lucky, I mean, I can see your profile, so many awards, so many ventures. So I want to know, what is your passion?
Well, Harshad, I come from a business family where manufacturing of aluminum alloys and everything related to aluminum has been our core business for almost 30, 40 years now. And in our community, once you pass out your 10th, you are already at your office and you start learning the practical experiences of your life into business, and then obviously you get into your college and all. So over a period of time when I was, with my dad attending office, understanding the basics of business, basics of banking, much before I even entered college, I was very attracted to, this technology and computer. Although I don't come from the science background at all, but I was very keen or very curious to know what this whole tool is all about. And that's where, I started exploring. I started doing a lot of courses. I did my graphic designing. I did my diploma in graphic designing. I discovered that this is something which attracts me towards it. And I realized, in 2001, I ventured into a ICT Institute for Kids. I gave my FI BCom exams, and I said I want to do something on my own. And obviously, family business was always there, so I thought, let me do something on my own. And I ventured into Mind Ventures. And that's where I discovered that it's more beyond business. This is where I want to be. This is what my passion is all about. Training the kids, or basically giving them that skill set, which was probably not present in the formal education. So since 2001, we've been focusing on after-school programs, nothing related to academics. It's more about the skill development. Then we did a lot of courses through ICT, like using technology, and then a lot of workshops, practical experiential workshops for the kids. And it's been now 20 years. We're continuing that journey, and yeah. So that's how I could understand that one is my responsibility as a family business, and other is my passion, which I really I've been following ardently for the last 2 decades now.
So, if you would like to share one successful moment which you feel proud of.
Beautiful, incident when I was doing my graphic designing, and my counselor there at the institute told me that Lucky, I want your name on the board as a best student. And Harshad, I don't know what happened in that moment. I said, you know what, ma'am, one day I will have an institute like this. And I wasn't having any such idea that I'm going to get into something like this, okay, for kids. And within 4 to 5 months, probably, it was a universe calling, probably you can say that. I got an opportunity, and I started my own venture. And what was the beautiful thing about this entire episode was, yes, there was a lot of resistance from the family. There was a lot of ifs and buts. There were a lot of friends who said, "You've just given your FI BCom. How are you going to get into business?" But after all that struggle, all that struggle, when you finally do the launch, when you finally do that dream come true, because you're just a 19-year-old thinking that you're going to get into business and you're going to be a businessman and you're going to have your own venture. That is something which was a proud moment where I felt that, okay, I have it in me, because until then, Harshad, I wasn't very good in academics. So this is a message which I really want to tell a lot of people who feel that only if you're good in academics, you can be successful. I wasn't good in academics. I was always a backbencher. That does not mean that you should be a backbencher, but I'm just telling about my story. And I had a lot of inferiority because of that, because academic score were always considered as the top score, or you were considered as intelligent only when you have academic score. And all my life I was a backbencher. And there's something which I felt is missing in me. That particular moment or that particular thing was there that got only out of me when I truly stood up for myself. I started my own institute and I realized that, oh, even I can do it. So that moment is, it's something which I would really, really cherish for the rest of my life.
Great. That's great. So will you share something about your recent venture, which is Enark Education?
Yes. So, Harshad, being into education sector for almost 2 decades, I'm representing a couple of national bodies, Association for Primary Education and Research, Early Childhood Association of India. Then I'm also mentoring the Delhi and the Pune and the PCMC committee. I was a territory head for PCMC committee for a year, and at Mind Ventures we were focusing on after-school programs for kids. And during this whole journey, we realized there's something missing between the parents, the teachers, and the kids. So we were training the kids. We were thinking of development for kids in 360 degrees development for kids. Okay, there is something which is very, very important, is teacher training. Now that we keep complaining, this teacher is not good, or the education in that school is not good, or that teachers are not trained. And unfortunately, somewhere I feel that most of the teachers, once they have expertise in one of the subject, somewhere they stop training themselves. The scenario has completely changed now. Okay, so we, a couple of educators, we thought of forming a company where we address this issue rather than complaining that this school is not okay, that teacher is not okay. Let's take an initiative and start teacher training. So that will make the teacher ready for the 21st century skills. What has happened is, I may be a geography expert, okay, or maybe a math expert, but today's kids, having just a subject matter expertise is not enough. You need additional skill sets. The way the students respond now and the way they used to respond 20 years back or 10 years back has changed. So the teachers also needs to be evolved. Maybe technology, maybe new ways of teaching, maybe teaching in a playway method, lot of things. In our times, Harshad, math or geography or geometry would be a serious subject to be attended in the classroom, right? Today's kids want a little bit of humor. They want a little bit of, they want to relate with the teacher. And these skill sets, the teachers already have it in them. We just want to fine tune it. We just want to train them with the best of the experts. And that's how Enark was formed. And October 2020, we announced a summit for the educators, and we trained 500 plus teachers pan India, and we had 60 plus top-notch educators coming and supporting us for this initiative. So that's how Enark's story began. And now we thought, because I'm running Mind Ventures, I'm also consulting or advising a couple of preschools in how to set up preschools, to how to be a successful preschool. We are now coming up with a venture where Enark will be catering to childcare, they'll be catering to preschool, it'll be catering to teacher training, it will be catering to after school, it will be catering to parents and e-learning. So under one roof, everything for education, right from 0 to 80 years. So that's how about Enark. And one good thing which we really did, I'm a part of Roundtable India. Roundtable India is a organization pan-India where we build schools in rural areas. So on an average, we build 1.8 classrooms per day. And Enark took a pledge that whatever schools Roundtable India will build pan-India, okay, not in Pune or Mumbai or Maharashtra, pan-India, whatever schools Roundtable will build, Enark will do free teacher training for these schools, irrespective whichever area across India.
Wow, that is so inspirational. Do you see any difference in the generation and the way students see their careers?
Well, yes, very much. One thing which I really admire in today's generation is they're very smart. They love to explore. They have resources with them, and they're intellectually strong. But at the same time, they're very impulsive. You know, they give up very easily. They don't want to stick to one thing. They get demotivated very soon. The patience level is definitely not as what we would want them to be. So there is a huge shift. So there is a positive side of what they have today. If they can channelize that entire resources bank available with them, I think they have humongous potential to grow the way they want. And I think they're the future of India if trained them. And Harshad, I have this one desire, possibly, I don't know how we can do something like this, but I have this desire that if we could do something for this 17 to 25-year-old kids, I don't know what they're doing in the academic career, but something to shape their attitude, 17 year to 20, that's the age where I think our brain is functioning at the maximum speed. We want to do a lot of things. We want to become Mukesh Ambani in one day, and there's a lot of energy. But yeah, with that, I really feel they have a lot of patience issues. So if we can train their attitude and skill set, I think then the country, they are secured.
Great.
Right.
All right. So, Lucky, any final message for your viewers?
Final message is, like I said, don't give up. Have patience. And parents, one message for parents that I really appreciate that all that you are doing. Let your child follow the passion he or she wants to. Maybe a parent is a footballer and he wants the child also to be, footballer. I would say, please stop. Let your child observe your child right from the childhood or when they're growing, of the interest the child is showing in, and let your child explore, because I think some passion is something which comes from within and that can't be forced. So allow your child to focus on what they love to do, irrespective, choose commerce, science, arts, or any other stream. The world is very big. The opportunities across the globe are humongous. The opportunities in India is amazing. And don't worry about their future. They will be at least in 2 to 3 businesses by the time they are in our age. Trust me, they will, every child you will see, they at least venture into 2 to 3 businesses, because that's the power of their brain today. Let your child be a little more courageous. Don't pamper them too much. It's okay. They will fall, they'll get hurt. But that's the only way where they learn from failure to success, because that's where, Harshad, that is not taught in our education system. We've been only taught how to be winners. We've never taught from failure how you become a winner. So that thing, I think that's everything. Schools won't be able to do it. Everything the education system won't be able to do it. And this is something, because there are kids at the end of the day. So it's our responsibility to inspire the child and tell them it's okay to fail. It's absolutely okay to fail. That thing is needed, that it's okay to fail. And then from there, you train them to become successful. That's the message which I would want my viewers to give from my side.